Power tools use many bearings to allow various components to rotate. Over time, a ball bearing will wear and begin to fail. A bearing that is failing will usually give warning, often with a squeaking or a squealing sound. Replacing a ball bearing is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing half of the rear handle housing. Next, I need to remove the retaining ring from the back side of the armature. I'll pull the controller out of the way, being careful not to lose the spring and rivet, and I'll use a small screwdriver to remove the retaining ring. Now remove the magnet ring. Next, I'll remove the motor brushes. Now I'll separate the gearbox and armature assembly from the motor. I'll remove the 4 screws that secure the gearbox to the motor housing. There's also a grounding screw that attaches to the gearbox, and I'll need to remove that. And now I can separate the 2 halves. Now I'll remove the cover from the gearbox housing. Now I'll remove the armature from the gearbox housing. The armature is secured with a retaining ring, and I'll remove it. I'll use a pair of retaining ring pliers. There's a dimple on the end of the armature. I'll place a punch on it and tap the armature away from the bearing. With the armature removed, now I can replace the commutator and bearing. I'll remove the bearing with a bearing separator. I place the separator over the bearing and tighten it up. Now I'll place the separator over the jaws on my vise and use a rubber mallet to tap the armature away from the bearing. And I'll install the new bearing. I'll place the bearing over the shaft and use a socket that has a diameter about the same size as the inner bearing race to tap the bearing into place. Now I can reinstall the armature. I'll place the armature through the bearing in the gearbox housing. I'll use my rubber mallet to tap it into place. And I'll resecure the armature with the retaining ring. And I'll make sure that the retaining ring is fitted firmly into the groove on the armature. Now I'll reinstall the spindle and gearbox cover assembly. With these fine threads, I like to start them with a screwdriver so I don't strip them out, and then I'll finish them with the impact driver. And now I can reassemble the armature and gearbox assembly to the rest of the motor. Now reattach the ground wire. And I'll secure the gearbox with the screws. I'll reinstall the magnet ring and secure it with the retaining ring. And I'll reinstall the brushes. And I'll finish by reinstalling the housing. And that's all it takes to install a new bearing in your power tool. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up
And leave a comment.